Welcome to Mirth, Magic, and Mayhem, the AARPG's new actual play series using the Dragonbane RPG by Free League Publishing. I'm Nathan, your host, co-GM, and I'll also be playing Brains, the Idiot Wolfkin Thief. Let's meet my friends and fellow cast members.
I'm Malcolm, your co-GM. I'll also be playing Corinne Rhinesmith, the judgy halfling bard.
Hi, I'm Tyr, and I'll be playing Dane Ringson, a human scatterbrain scholar.
I'm Chris, and I'm playing Sigurd, Elfin Huntress.
Hey all, this is Anthony, and I play Kurgan, and he wants to remind you,
you should go and get stuffed.
Hello everyone, this is Sean, and I will be playing Baylor Banefire, a dwarf artisan specialist.
I'm Tim, AARPG's latest temporary double seeker probationary player. I play Quiverwing, the enchanting mallard whose spellbinding plumage shivers like distant lightning on a moonlit night.
Together, we'll explore ancient secrets of a long-forgotten empire, facing challenges and forging our destiny in a world where every castle, cave, and crypt holds the echoes of a bygone era. Get ready for an epic journey filled with laughter, suspense, and unforgettable moments in the Misty Vale.
Hello and welcome to the Advanced Age Roleplaying Gamers podcast. Everything we were just talking about will never see the light of day.
Let it be behind us forever. Maybe to the side.
It does not exist, but here we are, episode 20 of Mirth, Magic, Mayhem, our Dragonbane actual play, which we just named like a couple episodes ago. But
I was like, what is that name from?
It's from our ad that we handed out at PAX Unplugged. And these were a hit. People love these. So we need to make more. But yeah, so we're having fun. We're playing Dragonbane. Malcolm has handed the keys over back to me.
I wouldn't say handed over. I would say that more than likely they strayed into foreign lands.
He flung the keys in disgust at Nathan.
And then ran.
But so I think by episode 20, everybody should know the characters by now, so we can kind of skip that whole bit. But does anyone actually remember what happened a few weeks ago before we broke for the holidays?
We were in Scout Skirts. We'd made a lot of successful purchases, learned a lot of skills, trained extensively, and learned secrets about the very fact that apparently someone is creeping around the shrine or something that we're supposed to take the statue to when we get it fixed. Yeah, we're not talking to, but we didn't tell anybody we had the statue, which is like worth all this gold.
We have two pieces of the statue.
Yeah, but we didn't tell the weird girl from the bar.
But she seems suspicious.
She does seem very suspicious.
Well, of course she's suspicious. She works at a bar and says she's part of a secret society. Have you seen her shoes?
And you're a very bad liar.
Yes. Well,
that was not me lying.
Baylor was not asked. Baylor had, I think I have both cop pieces, right? Yeah. Shit, I'm going to be dead. They're going to kill me first.
Look, just complete the armor you're working on, and then worry about your death.
I'm incorporating the pieces into my armor. They'll never see it.
No, dear, not your armor.
Oh.
Yeah, so the weird like extra large bats seen flying around. What? So you guys are kind of
Wait! Wait, you didn't say anything about extra large bats.
Extra large bats. I mean, like, is it extra large for humans or extra large for halflings? There's an important distinction. The over tall are often just don't even care what happens to me, like halflings or mallards, or we're just like they don't even care about our sizes. But extra large bats for us or for them?
I definitely do not recall the word extra large bats being mentioned last time.
Well, they're large. Maybe I didn't say extra large, or maybe I think I said large. I'm pretty sure.
There were definitely bats. You just said bats.
I don't remember large or size. Wait. Are they blood red bats? Are they dripping fire? I mean,
it was dark out.
Any other important adjectives.
Who can tell?
Who can tell? To our viewers, we can see now the different gaming styles, game master styles between Malcolm and Nathan coming to light.
So. No, it's just like it's the Corinne in me.
Okay, Pale Malcolm, I have a question.
Pale Malcolm.
I'm insulted. I'm so insulted. I'm so insulted.
So am I.
Could you just call him like washed out? Like if you said washed out, Malcolm, I would like not really. Yeah, that too. Never mind.
I'm sorry.
Just don't put
So insulted.
Don't
I'm
attach
gonna.
my name to it at all.
I'm gonna bitch about
Malcolm.
bitch about you to my husband Tim later. So
Okay, bleached Malcolm, go ahead.
You can bitch to him. He's so good at listening.
I just want to know, are we in this town for a week or not? Because I need to learn a whole new magical.
Yes, we're here for a week.
Yeah, we're here for a week.
that's your
We gotta
plan.
investigate the extra large flaming bats that spit fire.
Right, the baby dragons. I know.
Yeah, exactly.
You've only been there for a day, so your plan is to stay there for a week. But we'll see how that goes.
That's Nathan for fuck you.
Yeah, don't get kicked out of town again.
You have no appreciation for the value of education, sir. Let me just say that right
I
now.
do, but like, it's like camping. Like camping in the wilderness. I say, okay, I'm gonna get a full night's rest
camping,
here at Artai.
It's
Wink,
camping
wink.
in the wilderness
And
and
so-
staying in a town. I mean,
Chris, you see how Nathan takes over and he gets immediately disrespected by the whole party?
no, I'm just saying,
Towns
like,
are
I'm just like,
dangerous.
the town. Why is the town dangerous? It's the only town in the whole entire valley. It has a gate and a fence.
There's like a
Poor Nathan.
there's ruins.
guards.
There's a magic sword somewhere hiding in
it's
those
hiding.
ruins. There's people trying
Which
to
is
get to
hiding in
that
ruins,
magic
not
sword.
in the town. So we can
It's in the center of the
town has
fucking
baths.
town. The ruin is
Town
just,
has baths.
yeah.
No.
And you guys
Are they
took
Roman
baths.
baths?
I allowed you to take baths unmolested. In every sense of the word.
Jesus Christ.
I just want to say, Nathan, that maybe you should talk to someone or seek help if that's not normal for you.
There was never this kind of fighting when Brown Nathan was
I think it's called Chocolate Nathan. Thank you very much. Or Chestnut.
Nathan, Chestnut Nathan.
Mahogany Nathan.
So, Tim, for
Or
your
just
reference,
Just something. I mean,
page 9 is where you want to start.
let's add some descriptive richness to that color as opposed to just be all pasty and plain like Nathan is. All right.
Cherry wood.
Page 9. That's where you pick your kin for your new character.
So Ashy Nathan, what's going on?
I'm not ashy. I moisturize.
We can't tell. That's the thing. We just can't.
Are we playing a game or are we fucking around? I think we're fucking around.
horrible.
Well-
this is terrible.
Okay. So our plan is to stay here a week, but it's day 1, and we've heard quite a few rumors about giant bats, someone lurking around at night. We haven't disclosed that we've discovered 2 parts of the statuette to anyone, though we suspect the sketchy girl at the bar may have other ideas about our honesty. Well, we are gathering that because I'm not sure who all was there.
Well,
but it
you
was
suspect
divulged.
that Bane may have fucked up.
Yeah, Dane might have done that.
Dane.
But
Not Bane.
Bane.
so Dane might have
his,
done that.
his whole life
we're gonna do
revolves
this again.
around
We're doing
giving
this again.
people knowledge,
Bling.
and you're telling him to keep secrets.
Yeah, so we're not really good at that. So that was about so
I have to work on some armor.
But there's something that happened at the very end of episode 19. Does anybody remember what that was?
I thought I was going to go talk to
I
that
ate the
girl.
last piece of my fine chocolate.
No, you guys went to bed. You guys went to bed.
Who did I go to bed
Play
with?
Last episode.
You were in a group
Okay,
room.
that's what it was because it was cheaper.
Oh, was it?
And then you heard,
No, you guys were outside with the wizard in the,
Oh,
in the
yeah.
ruins.
and then you heard the bells ringing, the alarm bells.
The bells, 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 bells.
Think.
Okay.
So,
Were we drinking?
Yes.
And you heard a shout.
yeah, I wasn't here. Okay, you heard a shout.
Troll in Farmer Milfador's barn.
Wait,
Troll.
is Milfador inside the gate?
Dang,
Okay,
dang,
well,
dang,
we'll
dang,
just-
dang, dang.
Milfador.
Well-
Milfador.
Milfador. Did I say
No, you said
Milfador?
Milf. Milfador.
It's canon. It's Milfador.
All right, Milfador.
You know what happens to players and names. I
Oh,
literally
they're
went
still
around with a
my friends.
Hasselhoff drive for an entire science
You have
fiction
to say
campaign.
the
So just
Milf.
So you are all like, whatever, wearing your night clothes. You're drifting off to sleep when you hear the bells and the shouts.
Oh my.
How close is it in proximity to where Quiverwing and I are camped out?
The bell is actually further away because you're in, I would assume, the wooded area to the northwest
Yes.
of the town. Inside the walls, yeah.
Quickly, do we know anything about trolls?
You could make a roll.
Oh, I suppose I could do that if I had opened my dice bag. There we go.
Beast.
Troll was a beast, isn't it?
Who's who and the
Beast lore, I
Picador.
think.
Let me just double check. Yeah, beast lore.
Beast lore?
Beast
Yep.
lore,
But
okay.
they're
not even
actually
trying.
they're a dark. I mean, they're an intelligent
it a shot.
species.
When trying to identify an animal or monster.
I passed. I got a 7 out of 13.
All right. So they are large creatures.
So
But he's large.
They're large creatures. They're known for their insatiable hunger and propensity for violence. And there's 3 different kinds. There are cave trolls,
no,
forest trolls,
maybe
and mountain trolls.
yuck.
But yeah, and it could be any one of the 3 from what your general knowledge of them is. You know that they can be reasoned with in certain circumstances if their needs are met.
So a little persuasion may work.
But yeah, they will swing trees at you. They may try to eat you. They might squash you. They might throw you.
You should run to make me bread.
You're really doing nothing to help. Milfador.
Do they have any like reported, like weaknesses, like ways people have vanquished them in the past?
Like sunlight.
So yeah, they don't like sunlight,
Spinach.
and there are rumors that if they are caught in sunlight, that they will turn to stone.
But it's the middle of the night.
I mean, it suggests that they live underground, right?
They're
Not necessarily, no. I mean, the cave trolls, they may have a home in caves, but they will roam around. Same with mountain trolls, because they in mountain trolls you hear that they may not be as they may be smarter and may have secret knowledge and hidden knowledge, and they live for a long time. But they will roam around because they like certain things, and they like food.
I'll throw my gear on quickly. Grab my armaments.
Yeah, I was like, how long will that take to put gear on?
Yeah.
Well, you just have a chain shirt there, Dane.
A leather shirt.
No, I have a chain shirt.
Yeah, that won't take super long. What about the rest of you?
Oh, I'm not going to rush out there with my great combat skills.
It's no problem for me to throw on some leathers.
I just have leather.
I'll just have leather until
leather
that
and
So-
until that
American
dwarf
helmet.
gets done with the plate mail for me. I just don't know.
All right, so those of you in the inn, you're gearing up and you're going to head outside.
Maybe.
What about you in the
They're like in the courtyard, or
We're near the wall, right?
yeah?
no? Because you guys were at the at that wizard's place, right?
Yeah, but there's really only one wooded area for us to
Yeah.
put our.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, that
So
makes
that
sense.
you do hear the shouts, and after you probably don't catch it on the first refrain, but when the call out repeats, that you do kind of get something about a troll in a barn.
Troll in a barn. And we have not seen any barns inside of the town, right?
Are there?
No, there are.
There are a few. Okay.
Yeah, there's actually there's folks that have barns along the edge. That some of them are larger than others. You've passed a couple on your way down the hill because you kind of have to go down the hill from the inn as you're heading west from the inn.
Okay. So it's
So can we tell roughly where the commotion is coming from Far end.
So
is
more
it
than likely it will be from the
west or
southern part of
south?
the outskirts?
It'd be from you hear the bells and the shouts all coming from the east. Those of you in the woods,
Okay.
Quiverwing and Sigan, and you basically the bells in the courtyard.
Uh-huh.
So those of you in the inn hear the bell is really loud and close by.
But is the farm near the mill, near the south, or somewhere else?
You don't know. You're still inside. So
Okay, we'll get
you'll have
dressed.
to-
I'll get dressed and grab my crap and follow someone who's better armored.
Brent, these are your underwear. Okay, take them quick.
Oh, yes, you're right. Thanks.
Oh, God.
Underwear?
Okay. Now that we have our underwear and our armor on, I'll grab my loot. The other loot. Yes. Liar. Sorry, I don't have play loot.
All right. So you head
I guess I
outside.
better grab a lamp and lantern because we don't see in the dark.
Yeah, I'll have my lantern as well.
Okay. You head outside and you see 4 townspeople talking to one of the town guard. They don't really have like a uniform, but they do kind of wear like they do have like some leather.
Okay.
When they're on duty, there's a guy in leathers that you don't recognize holding a
then
torch.
I guess I'll advance on Leatherman number 1, who is named Dilfador.
Milfador.
Well, that's the bard. It's Dilfadon is the other guy.
I think
Dilf
he
Daddy.
just simply answers to Leather Daddy.
Daddy.
Yeah.
Leather Daddy, is that you? Again?
This
anyway.
is really turning into a bad porn episode.
Yeah, you should have him listening.
Dilfador.
So I will rush up to Todd and see what he's got.
His name is Bendel.
Bendel.
Yeah.
Do I know that, or am I just
No,
gonna-
but
Okay, I'll just go. You there? You
Oh,
look
yes,
you look employed.
you're here to you're here to help us. Can you help
Wait,
us?
which
There's
way
a
is
troll.
the troll in the barn?
And he's facing the inn, and he points
What's his name
to his right, which is
Look
west.
to the left for a possible escape route.
There's the north exit
Okay.
from the town. Is that
Do
one?
that?
This isn't the barn that Miserable Beast is in, is it?
No.
No.
To God.
Okay,
No.
Just want to make sure.
You know, we didn't actually put him in a barn. We just found some ruins and just left him in there.
There's a stable for the inn. So
Is
that's
it the one next to the slaughterhouse?
Yeah, he likes it there. He keeps licking the floor under the crack. It's very weird. And your name again is
Bendel. You can call me Bendel.
Bendel. So, Bendel, there is something going on.
Yeah, there's
A MILF and a MILF is having a problem with his barn.
there's a troll. It must have climbed over or got over the palisade without us noticing, and there's some goats screaming in the Milfador's barn.
This will sound good.
Okay.
Miserable beast can only get so erect.
God. So I look at Dane and go, I think it's just us. So here we go. Use your. When we get there, I'll put my lantern down. I'll start playing, and we'll see what
Maybe
happens.
Baylor will be joining us from the smithy in a few minutes. I hope.
He sleeps there good.
He does, yeah.
Oh, it's
Do sleep there.
probably good for his soul.
Yeah. I'm actually not sure he sleeps.
I don't really care where he sleeps as long as he sleeps near me.
Yeah. I say that as I'm stringing my bow, knocking an arrow. So
I'm just checking the tune on my lyre and like, okay, we're ready. Ding 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 ding. La 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 la.
maybe we could
Well, so Corgan and Baylor, you can be there if you want. You can.
Did you put your clothes back on, Corgan, or not?
I was wondering,
Did you get your ass before leaving the room?
are we, is this a one-story,
No.
The
how many
inn is
stories
two.
is this?
The
is many
inn is
stories.
2 stories. The only two out of the buildings in the central square, it's the only 2-story building.
Oh yeah. Oh, you mean the inn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting exit.
I was going to go up top, see what I could see.
I mean, it's like that's admirable. He's not the tallest of people.
So
but,
you go up top and you're looking around. You see basically lights flickering on in the windows around town. You can see from your vantage point down into the not sure what you'd call it, but in the lower section of the town, where before where the trees are, there are a couple of small farmhouses with barns, and you see some folks kind of gathering down that way.
Specifically, I'm looking where my mates are going. Do I see anything that should be concerned?
You see people moving, but you don't see anything large and horny.
Okay.
Fuck.
So, Nathan?
Yeah.
I'm going to cross the sort of courtyard, go to the forge, see if Baylor's there, and get him to follow. Then we'll head down the stairs and meet at the well at the bottom of the stairs before heading south towards the barn.
Okay. All right.
I don't know where the tree people are.
Yeah, tree people. Let's go to you. What are you guys doing?
Let's go, Siggy.
Yeah, we start going up towards the upper part of town, going to the upper deck, as it were.
Yeah, you see on your way there, you see what looks like a family of 4 or 5, a family of 5, kind of across the path, and you see them kind of standing just basically out in the road, kind of huddled and looking a little nervous.
Where is it? I'll yell out to them.
And they're like, shh, and they point across the way, and you see a barn, a large barn, probably 15 meters wide, and one of the barn doors is kind of cracked open a little bit, and you see a little flicker of firelight inside.
Okay. I've ready my weapon.
Well, you're not there yet.
Yeah, is it?
So-
The other people. Sorry, Nick.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Is the barn like right up against the palisade, or is it set back from
It's
the palisade?
pretty close to the palisade. Yeah.
You keep what?
Do you want to go up on the wall?
There's no place to walk on the wall, I don't believe.
Yeah, it's just pointy sticks.
So I think we should you watch the main entrance. I'll go to the side to see if there's any way it might escape that way.
Okay. So we're trying to keep it from escaping.
Yes. Or at least alert people that it has left the area.
Okay.
Yeah, on the east side there is another set of doors which do appear to be closed right now.
So I'll so if I can from that side, look down the back to see if there's any openings in the back. If
you see an upper window in the back.
But so I'll take a position sort of at the corner where I can look down the back and side.
Okay. All right. So the rest of you make your way down, and there's several other townsfolk with like pitchforks. One of them's got an old sword, and whatever weapons they could scrounge, joining you, and everybody's like they're super tense and nervous, and basically shitting themselves. So they're happy to like.
Can we tell are they just naturally that foul?
It doesn't quite override Baylor's natural
Listen,
essence.
I
but-
said my
Look,
character's dirty.
his-
He doesn't stink. He just
His
covered with ash and
his
soot.
filth is like soot, ash. He smells like burnt
Yes.
I smell
metal
like a forge.
in iron filings. I mean, he's not like nasty poop thing.
We all know the real thing is he eats so much chocolate that he's got like a breakout in his
I
skin. He
do
puts
love
he
the
puts the
chocolate,
ash
it's
on it just
true.
to help with the healing.
We don't want to talk about the chocolate on him.
I have good iron content.
Beast lore roll to figure out which kind it is.
Not until you see it.
We have time.
We can.
So we will.
We can
We can
make
try
it.
conversing with it first.
Okay, yes, of course. Who speaks troll?
Get ready to beat it down to death. It is a nightkin after all.
I might actually
excuse
speak
me.
troll.
People of the village, wait. We will go and engage this creature, perhaps. Not get killed.
More perhaps than actual engaged.
Could
But yeah,
I make a languages roll to see if I recall some trollish?
Sure.
Okay.
No, eat me, friend. That's what we need.
I rolled a 14 and I have a 13, so no, I fail.
You should eat us. It's this troll.
Eat me.
I don't know.
The only trollish he knows.
I don't know any trollish, but perhaps
I taste
it
good
is-
with salt. That's what
Okay.
you just said.
well,
All right, we should make entry.
I could.
But-
I could.
all right, so
we're
the rest of
advancing
you-
on this area.
You see your friends, Quiverwing. You see your friends coming down.
Well, they'll make the
way
hand
towards
signal
you.
to them that our group all knows. The other hand signal. The other hand. Okay, we don't know a hand signal. That's going to be worthwhile in this conversation. Oh, yes, that one. So we do the caca,
That
and we
is
know
that's a bird
surround
signal.
and attack. Okay, we got this.
Curry, karoo.
Do we see anything besides our
Free.
the people?
Wow, that's a good
Get us all sued.
That won't get us sued. That's common.
Yes, yeah, that is true. It's very common.
Yeah. So you get there and you can hear sounds like inside there are goats in distress, and you hear a pig squealing.
Can we hear that over the screaming goats? That's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Okay, please don't put that out. Okay. We're gonna just.
Oh, he did this encounter just
Then
to make
you
those
hear
noises.
this
You know it's
bizarre.
gonna be.
You hear this bizarre sound. At first, you think it sounds a little bit like a horn, but then, as the vibrato hits, you definitely can tell it's the sound of a very large fart.
Okay. Well, I think it's time, gentlemen and lady, that I sing a song to make us. Well, we have a choice. I can make you feel great or make them feel like shit. But I'm thinking that'll have to wait till we see what we're dealing with. Right. Okay, let's go.
And the song
we'll
might
send
draw
it-
him out. So
Yeah.
let's-
So we'll send in brains first.
Brains is sleeping.
Okay. So plan one is scrapped.
So, just pragmatically speaking, if he's in
I
a
could try
barn,
and.
if
I
he's
could
in a
try and-
barn and he's already eating in there,
But they're not all dead.
well, okay, but they're goats.
We're trying to save someone's investment.
Okay, I'm not. I don't care about their investment. Why not just burn the barn down?
Because that is the last resort. And by last, I mean third.
The entire town is made of wood.
Oh, yeah, there's that.
And this
too.
is very, very close to the palisade.
Okay, this is too close. So what I'm going to do is...
Again, I'm not
since
disagreeing with different.
I'm going to try and sneak in.
What?
See what I can see.
Wait,
Sneak out. And tell you. Because, I mean...
Gordon, you're not the sneakiest of us.
Are you telling me what I cannot do?
No, absolutely not.
Are you,
I would
are you
never do
saying that I
No,
can't do things like this?
No. I just thought there might be other people who are,
Oh, really good at it?
I was going to say
Gordon,
more
because you're out of the
expendable.
corner, he goes,
Right. How come we haven't burned this down yet?
God, that's plan 3. Okay, so...
All right. Let me guess, there's a doggy entrance you want me to climb through.
Well, now that you mentioned it, but no, I mean, okay, who's really good at sneaking other than okay?
I am.
Okay, well then why don't you sneak in there? See what we're saying? and then shoot him from the arrow from the back like something.
Siggy was already sneaking around the back already.
And you were going to set the barn on fire while she was in there with a lightning bolt?
No.
Oh, I'm not in the barn.
We don't know that. We don't have a signal.
She's sneaking around the barn.
Just around it?
She's going around the side.
I can walk around the barn and no one will see me.
You hear some crunching and munching in there.
God, it's just
He's eating our entire inventory.
Another loud fart.
Okay, well, let's a sneaky person go.
But did the pig squealing stop?
No, there's the distressed sounds of livestock continue.
But the barn
as
door
you
is closed.
sit around and banter
open?
and
It's partially open in the front, it's closed on the side. So I'm going to, from the side, try and sneakily open the door.
Hey, why don't you ask it to leave?
Who, me?
So Siggy, hold on a second.
Okay, I'll just go in there and ask it to leave then. How about that? How's that sound to you?
I
It
got
sounds-
your back.
It sounds great, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be over here.
But it's Nightkin, and I really don't like them.
Well, you're going to have to suppress that anger. So here's the thing.
Anger. It's mismanagement of my branding, of my brand is what it was.
So while this argument is going on, Dane is going to wander towards the open door.
I am a bard. A bard.
And
Baylor will follow.
yeah, and Dane's gonna call out. He's hello in the barn.
Okay, well, he's succeeded in getting it out anyway.
Yeah,
Back into your homes. Bystanders are only good for visual cover. Go.
Wait. Stay here. Wait.
Who are you talking to?
Oh, it speaks common.
You?
Kids are about
I think unless there are more than one of you in the barn.
I'm eating. Piss off.
Right? Are you eating the animals in the barn there?
It's my dinner. What's it to you?
Oh,
Is
God,
that
he's a
voice-
cockney. He's a cockney.
Is that voice coming from close to the door that I'm at, or further from the door?
It's a loud bellow.
So, Nathan,
Yeah.
I think I'm going to just go ahead and just bite the bullet and play a dining song for him. Well, actually, not really. I'm going to play more of a diplomatic song for our friend Dane. I plan on singing a song that talks about being able to coax those outside of their own realm into a place where they will be amenable to understanding and arrows. Basically, a boon to Mike's side and whatever, I can screw him. Yeah. So that's what I'm doing. I'll make my performance roll and begin spinning the willpower points for that. That will allow you to make the rolls at a persuasion rolls at a. Wait, why are we?
Did that show how lovely?
Well, there are places to eat in town. You don't have to eat someone's whole livestock. You could purchase a meal and join the rest of us. Food is often better cooked, I personally have never met a troll and would like to hear some of your tales.
Oh, yeah, now I'm here to entertain you. Piss off.
Well, I mean, honestly, if your stories are important, I would happily buy a round of drinks.
What are you talking about money? I'm not paying you any money.
No, I would buy drinks for you.
Has he walked into the barn?
No, he's yelling inside. He's yelling. From the
Okay,
outside.
I was like, okay.
I come to the fore corner of the barn where I can see everyone, and I go to Quivering and go, "Is he serious?"
Meh, should work.
I'll give her the signal, which is completely wrong. Like,
I'll stand the first round. I would very much like. I'm writing a book. It would like about the
Blah, blah, blah. If you want to keep talking, just go ahead and fetch me a barrel of wine.
That's your barrel of wine. Is that?
he's
is that
not
what it
a
would take?
beer drinker?
Okay. Well, look, if you could hold off on eating that gentleman's livestock, I'll make sure that we get some wine here. What's your name, friend?
I'm going to do both. I'm going to drink your wine and I'm going to eat these lovely goats.
No,
I had
no,
one
my
already.
friend.
It was delicious.
What's your name, friend?
I hope those aren't the Astachian goats. They're known to be Trollbane. I'll shout.
My name is Bart.
Bart?
Vart.
Bart.
Bart.
Is it Bart or Vart?
All right.
Look here, Bart. MMBART.
I'm gonna send for some wine, okay?
Hurry up,
We're
this
gonna
one,
joke our way into a
one
fight.
on the spit's almost ready.
Wait,
Oh, he's cooking.
Whoa,
You
whoa,
have an unsanctioned fire in a barn?
Who's that?
That is
Sounds
the fire.
small and delicious.
Oh my goodness, you flatterer.
Listen, my friend. This could end very poorly for you. Listen, we are trying to work with you. You have one goat. That will be all you will have tonight, and then you will have wine. But you have to leave the barn.
You didn't know I don't work with my.
Is that a dwarf?
Yes, I am in fact a dwarf, a noble creature that I am. Yes.
A dwarf is threatening me? This feels like a threat.
It's just the rules. You just have to follow the rules. You've got a meal and you're getting free wine. Think about it. This is a win for you. You've had a glorious evening.
I make my own rules.
Listen, you have to come out. Listen to my friend here. He's very wise. Please talk some more.
Is there any of the town folk around?
Yeah, they're like huddled back
All
behind
right,
you.
I'll run back to them, and I was like, go get a small cask of wine
get ready.
from the inn. Get the cheapest rot gut wine you can find. Go fast.
Yeah, one of them.
Bring it to me here.
Okay. He runs
Did
off.
you just ask that kid about the
Let's
bird in the
not
window?
take him to the bar. Yes.
Yeah.
Not again.
Can't afford that.
I'll
Not
reach
these
in
prices.
I'll reach in my pouch and pull out something for when they get back.
A dagger?
No.
Oh.
Something.
Is it poison?
Well, yes.
Let him.
my
You'll
char-
find out. You're so nosy.
My
Like,
character.
how much hemlock do you carry?
My character starts with sleeping poison. I just have never brought it out before.
Surprise, bitches.
Roofie.
So when they get back with the wine, I'm going to pour that sleeping poison in the entirety of it into the wine.
Are you guys continuing to try to talk to him?
Yes, I'm gonna. Baylor will
Yes.
continually engage this troll. We can role play that if you want to, Nathan, or we can just say it happens. It's up to you.
I'll try and do a bluffing role to keep him sort of entertained and sort of oral persuasion if I need to do a performance, something to keep him distracted and on
A waft of curry hits your nostrils as you're waiting out.
curry.
He uses better spices than the inn does.
Wait, he's got curry? You know how much curry is working on the
I say, is
outskirts
that
market? Well, we're going to fucking, I mean,
Are you making chicken curry in there?
goat,
Curry
it's
goat
curry goat. Are you
Curry
freaking?
goat. I'm sorry, curry goat.
Yeah, we're gonna drag this out till he kills every single goat and cooks it.
Yeah.
And then we'll kill him. And then we'll
What
just
do you-
kill him and have it
What
afterwards.
vegetables are you using?
All this-
Vegetables.
Yeah, nice potatoes.
Do you have any samosas?
Yes, that would be fantastic.
He's a bit of an Indian troll, isn't it?
Well, he could be Ethiopian because it is. But either way, I just want that
Taters
curry
precious?
goat. So can I try? Right, would it be as far as keeping him sort of entertained and maybe slowing down his digestive sort of rapaciousness at this point? Would it be a bluffing, or persuasion to sort of, or even performance maybe to do something to try and basically keep him sort of occupied
I think that's
as he does his thing?
I think performance actually.
Then I will try performance to give him a song for good digestion and great entertainment. A song about a troll who lived under a bridge and married his wife who came. But anyway,
Do you have a steel bikini and a chain?
yes, but I believe Dane is wearing it. Anyway, so that'll be a 7 out of 16 on my performance to keep him basically not really rapaciously eating, but sort of distracted and listening to our song and our banter and so forth, and to keep him entertained as far as some story about, some great troll queen and her newly befuddled troll lovers and so forth and all that kind of thing. Some story that I've heard that has some humorous merit about the amount of food they found and the number of cows they were able to get from this one silly and ridiculous friar. Whatever it takes, just to keep him entranced until the wine arrives. Even thereafter. If he invites me in, I'll step through the door and not come within reach. And sing him a song if he wants.
Yeah, you've got a nice voice. That's a good song. Where'd you hear that song?
I would tell him that I heard it at the troll
Accents all
house.
over the place.
I go, I heard it at I heard it at the Silver Spire. It's an old tower far to the north. And there is a great troll wife that lives there who pines for a troll man. But, who knows? What she could say could be true or could be false. She could have eaten her last husband for all I know. And the number of cows she had, how plump and fat they were. But you're here, and you're eating gamey goat.
It's not gamey. This is perfect.
It depends how you're doing the curries and how you're doing the potatoes and how you're doing real peppers.
So why don't you come in and sing me another song?
Very well, as long as you stay away from the door because you don't want all the heat to get out. So I'll slip in the door,
All right.
leaving it open enough so someone can grab me, hopefully, and see it. And I want to see what I'm looking at now.
All right. So you look in there and basically back against the left-hand wall, sitting on the ground with a campfire and spit-roasted goat in front of him is what is probably a 12-foot tall-ish looking troll with gray, stony-like skin, some tusks protruding from his lower jaw, and a single horn in the middle of his head.
Okay. I will say, you're not exactly the troll I expected to find sitting on the left-hand side of the barn there. 12 feet tall with a horn, like a unicorn in the middle of your head. All stony and rocky. How wonderful you look. How magnificently tall. How delicious your goat smells. So much better than your guess.
And he
How about I
laughs
sing
and he
you a song?
leans to the side and lets another one go for you.
Whew.
And waves it towards you.
And there is a brown wind that blows through this barn. And I will sing you a song about a brown wind. Right?
The fire gets a little bit brighter.
Right.
Yeah.
You basically you look around, you kind of gauge the area. There's he's sitting next to a small split rail fence where the goats and the pig. There's a large pig back there. Mm-hmm. And in that little pin area, there's a ladder going up to a hayloft about 10 feet up.
No one
And there's dirt, and this is basically a dirt and hay floor
Okay.
that you're stepping on.
Okay, but for my proclamation, hopefully people gathered where he is in the bar, how tall he is, and what he looks like. Hopefully you guys gathered that, but they can make their lower rolls as far as what type of troll it is. But I will sing him a song.
Can we make more rolls to see what kind of troll it is?
I will start off with the 6 maidens and the jester knight, and then flip on to the big belly Bart and the priest and the high priest hen, which is about a big belly Bart stealing the priestess hen, which you probably like that story. And then I'll go on to
Probably the time you are wrapping up the second song, the runner comes back with the small cask of wine.
Okay, do I see them return?
No, but I'm gonna let he comes back up to Dane.
Okay.
All right, pop that guy. Pop that cork.
He takes a little knife and digs it out.
All right, now I'll put the sleeping poison in there.
Okay.
Both doses or one dose or
All I have, which is it says 1 dose, so I don't know. I don't know if that's going to do anything, but
You said it was beast lore to know what type of troll this was.
Yeah.
Okay. Don't
yeah, I'll manhandle the cask up there
You come in the
to where Corinne is.
okay. So Corinne's inside. So you come inside.
Mm-hmm.
I'll try and I can't roll it to him. I can roll it over to him.
Oh no, I'll bring it forward.
No. I'm better getting away from these kind of things than you can.
Oh, okay.
Leave it to me and Corgan. We're
Okay.
slippier.
He sees you come in. He's like,
Maitre D.
Here's your drink, sir. I'm looking forward to those stories.
Read to him the lyre and get ready to sing a song. We'll go with The Lusty Lady. That's a good drinking song.
so do you
lusty
roll
lady.
it? Do you roll it to him, or how do you walk up to him and
Did you put the cork back in?
Yeah.
Why don't I just roll it to him?
Okay.
So I will roll it to him.
okay? And he'll
Ever mindful of where his big hands are and how far he reaches out for each thing he reaches and touches. and get ready to evade his pawing hands.
He does have a pretty good reach. You see, he grabs the
so at the edge of his reach, I'll push it over, and then I won't basically when I see where the edge of his reach is, I'll push it to there, and then step back, walking backwards and plucking and playing all the way. Be sure to tell him where he is.
Okay,
About the loft.
I'll leave you to your song.
And he goes, well, be sure to tell my friends where I am and how my company is, the loft, and everything about it. And the lusty lady was a lady lust.
He will start drinking the wine. And he starts eating the. He takes the goat off the spit, cleans off the spit, and starts eating the goat there.
All right, I'll come back out and tell everybody where the troll is and the loft and where Corinne is.
And I will sing a song that will be less uppity beat, but more low beat. Something like the Song of Six Strangers, or maybe the Galahir of Ivy Hill. Something very slow paced and sleepy, like inducing.
Well, I will then sneak open the door slightly, stealthily, from the side.
So yeah, make a sneaking roll.
Made it on the nose.
Okay. Ooh, yeah. It does not notice, or does not appear to notice.
Am I aware that do I have to make a notice roll that she slept in the barn, or?
Yeah. No, actually, no. You make eye contact with her over there.
Okay. I will sing a song then. I'll spend the wind power points to make sure my friend is able to do a number of things.
No,
I should hear.
From where I am on the right side of the barn, can I climb up into the hayloft sneakily?
Not really. You'd have to kind of go over the fence.
Gotcha.
Like if you come in, he's going to see you.
Yeah, I won't do that then.
There are some hay bales and stuff, but they're like right up against the wall. There's no place to hide.
Do I know that Siggy went in? Or can I see from my vantage point that Siggy went in?
Sure.
All right.
So for the poison,
do we know what potency your poison was? Did it say on the character sheet?
It doesn't. It was just the standard one that comes from being a scholar.
It's probably the
Yeah,
copper piece store. The copper kernel.
If you want to make a roll for it,
okay.
And tell me what you get on your D20.
What's the kind of roll? Just a straight D20?
Yeah, it's a potency roll.
Oh, okay.
You're trying to roll low.
16.
Watered down by the giant cask of wine.
Okay.
It's cold out.
The road does go ever on.
You're sitting there, Siggy. You can see him. He's drinking the wine. He finishes the goat as Corinne serenades him, and he reaches over the fence for another goat.
Does it appear the wine's affecting him?
It's probably in 5 minutes. 5 minutes go by, and he's drank most of the cask of wine.
Mm-hmm.
And he doesn't appear affected.
No.
Okay,
Baylor goes, wait. You can't. You have to pay for. Have you offered payment for these goats?
Do you sleep inside?
Yes.
Yeah, I was at the doorway.
It's like, oh.
Scott, you're the voice from the distance. What are you coming in here bothering me for?
Well, first of all, you're trespassing.
You said you saw the human brought me wine. What did you bring me?
I got you nothing, which is what you deserve. You need to leave here. You're taking these people's things. It's wrong. You've had enough fill. You've been treated poorly. You're frowning upon the gods. You must leave.
I'm here, minding my own business.
You're in somebody's barn. Silence.
Drinking my wine.
You know what you're doing. Stop being bullish. You can still recover your dignity. Please. Leave the bar.
While that's happening, while they're monologuing or having, is there a way for to get the advantage, like just some perspective through a window, or just?
I mean, you can peek through the door.
No, I'm trying to. So how many stories is this?
At least 2 stories.
There's 2 stories. There's only one window, and it's like 1 story up. So you'd have to get up on top of basically the fencing.
Yeah, we're still
negotiating on the palisade, and then probably maybe do some acrobatics to get up there. It's not going to be easy for you to get up to that window.
You can do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna try. So while this is going on, I'm walking around to see, like,
you could just
other
do
means
some
to get in.
halfling parkour and you get up there, bounce between the palisade and
halfling
the bar.
Half-core.
Half-core.
Par.
Half bar.
Par.
No, because they're halflings. They can only do par.
All right, so go ahead and make Wallace is going to go ahead and make an acrobatics roll and let me know what you get.
Yeah, man, give it a shot.
Well, I'll go into a long song. Well, remember, I'm singing. I spent the willpower points. You're at a boon.
So you get to roll twice.
You're at a boon.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're at a
Yeah, just don't fail twice. I'll think so little of you.
I did fail the first one, but the second one I made with a 10.
Oh, good. All right. Yeah, so you get up there. You're basically hanging from the window, and it's not locked. You can pry it open and climb in there if you want.
I would like to. Yes.
Okay. All right.
I will slip into Mary was a merry maid, a married maid was she, which is a nice baughty song. It'll hopefully keep him occupied for a while.
He's clapping along as he's like taking out his little spice bag and slathering the.
He has
Baylor's not going to it's going to cut this off because Baylor's like he's not coming out. Baylor pulls his sword out. He goes, "You can leave, or I can make you leave."
Are we drawing cards now?
Yeah, I think we're drawing cards now.
Thanks, Balor.
He's not leaving. He's going to string it along, and he's going to eat everything, and then he's going to attack us because you look tasty too. And then
Nathan,
we're fighting anyway.
Just so you know, I'm keeping a very close eye on that spice bag first.
Okay.
Get that spice bag. We got to get that spice bag. So Baylor wasn't going to let him.
It's like we're going to be nice, but then you bought the spice bag, and like we got to kill this guy.
Spices?
Spice.
You're a foul-smelling creature with bad manners, and I'm going to kill you now.
But excellent tasting food.
Dun dun dun.
And Baylor is full of himself, so he thinks he can take the troll.
Baylor, you get the first initiative pull, which is a 1. Holy shit!
Yes. Ooh, nice.
You are the lead. You too can
Run away bravely.
Damn it, Sir Robin.
And Corinne, I'll give you the pull number 2. That's your at 5.
Mm-hmm.
Corrigan, I'll give you the pull number 3, which is a 6.
6.
Tier, pull 2.
Oh,
Good.
And
You got that good
Sigan, you get a 10.
Ouch. Ow.
Quiverwing,
Sigan, do you want? Let me know if you want to.
you
trade.
get a 9.
I'll trade.
And the troll gets
With me?
4 and 3.
If anybody wants.
Oh yeah, me too.
4 and 3?
Yeah.
Okay, so Siggy, you want to trade with me? I got a 5.
I'll take a 5.
Or 2.
Okay.
You can have my 2.
Oh, you can have his 2.
Ooh, I'll take the 2.
I'll take the 5.
Okay, you're taking the 5. What did you have?
9.
Oh, God.
Actually, that works for Corinne, though.
Yes, it does. Well, it does and doesn't. I can't add my, well, I can still continue my bonuses.
Those of you in the barn, I'm just going to go through some possible improvised weapons.
Okay.
There is
burning this town down.
burning firewood.
Burning firewood.
So you can hit an enemy within 2 meters with the firewood. It requires 1 free hand. The attack hits automatically and inflicts 2 to 6 fire damage plus damage bonus. So if you have a strength damage bonus, the attack can be dodged or parried. The fire can then be used as a torch.
You say can or can be?
Can. And I will be that guy and say there is a lot of hay in this barn.
The wooden barn.
Yeah. Patch of dirt. Throw dirt in the eyes of an enemy within 10 meters. Pocket sand. Yeah. The enemy suffers D6 damage. Armor has no effect and gets a bane on all actions for the rest of the combat.
Okay.
The attack can be dodged but not parried.
Okay.
Rummaging pig. Of course, the pig, he'd have to be outside of the pen, but you can actually make a bushcraft roll to agitate the pig and make it attack an enemy.
Oh, God. Bushcraft. I don't think I'd do that. I think I have people for that. Oh, yes. Siggy. She does all my bushcraft stuff. If not, I have a fallback, and that's Quiverwing, and they're not in the barn.
All right.
So 1.
I will. So Baylor goes. He goes. You are beneath me, and he spits on the ground as he leans down, grabs up a handful of dirt, and throws it in the troll's eye.
Pocket sand.
You are going to use the pocket sand. All right.
Yep. And I'm going to roll an 8. I have a 15. Wait a minute. That's shit.
No, I don't think you have to roll.
No,
I think
you
don't have to roll.
You don't even have to
When
roll.
it's an improvised weapon, you don't have to roll. It hits and they have to do their spend their action, either parrying or dodging.
So he can try to dodge,
or he can just take it.
But no, I think he's not gonna dodge. But yeah, so he's got sand in his eye. So remember, a lot of these things a lot of their stuff they don't have to roll for. But if he does have to make other rolls, then it will affect any other actions. It would give him a bane for those. Do you kick it or do you pick it up and throw it?
No, I pick it up and throw it.
Or off your jacket.
Is he sitting down or is he standing up?
He's sitting down.
Oh, can I just kick it? Would that
Yeah,
work?
yeah.
Then I'll kick it because I have my sword in my other hand.
All
so
right.
I kick it and I take,
He goes,
You got sand all over my coat. You've ruined my curry. I'll crush
fuck
you.
you and fuck your curry. You are
God.
disgusting.
Does he drop his spice bag?
no.
Damn. Cusses.
We will have your spices. That's all we want. Give up your spices and leave.
We'll beat this troll, McCormick.
Jesus.
All right, Bane, we'll have your spices. Baylor Banefire will have your spices.
Over my dead body.
Okay.
Is the
then.
fire between us?
Yeah.
Okay.
Push him onto the fire.
Well, actually, what I was thinking of is shooting the fire.
Onto him?
Shoot the fire onto him.
Can you do that?
That's what I'm asking you where he was, and
I mean, it's not
Grab
like
a shovel and just throw it on him.
well, I'm across the barn.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like a campfire with a spit roasted thing on top. I mean, I'm trying to imagine what.
Burning ember, getting covered in burning embers from the spray of the arrow impacting the fire.
That would probably be a similar effect to the pocket sand.
Then I'll just shoot him.
Yeah, it's not like it'd be like a damage thing.
I mean, just setting the barn on fire around him would be the goal. But if not, we'll just shoot him with an arrow.
Oh, and actually roll a d6 for damage for the patch of dirt.
Oh, yeah. I apologize. It's just, is it D6 or 2D6?
Just d6, yeah.
What is that sand? Just shaved
Two
metal?
big points.
I was like, what is he?
Serious
Was it Hog Magma? No.
I got a good flick on that. I played soccer.
That's a bunch of that's where Miserable Beast crapped. That's
So, Umbart McCormick.
That's what
We gotta kill this troll.
Yeah. So second, go ahead and shoot.
That would be a hit.
And what's your damage?
My damage is D12 plus D10. Or D2, 4 rather. D12. It's 9. 12 damage.
You guys are dicks. Who's that?
You guys are dicks.
And we are dicks, and we're going right up your ass. All 5 of us.
God, just please. Oh dear.
We're going to make
Hunting animals in a barn isn't very sporting.
You're going to be gagging all night, you stupid troll.
That's not the same. Oh, never mind.
Yes. Ooh, that's perfect. And he looks at you, Baylor, and he goes and spits at you.
How dare you spit upon my person?
I mean, you just spit at him.
You did.
I'm defended by my iron filings.
It is kind of a tit for spat.
Hopefully he'll miss.
So it hits you in the head and makes a large clang sound. Does
Even with the bane, that's good.
2 points. There's no bane because he doesn't have to roll to hit.
Oh, that's right. Well, I have 2 armor, 1 armor there, so it's 1 point.
So you take 1 point, and a gold coin falls to the ground in front of you.
What?
What the hell are you?
We're cutting this guy open. We're done with
Yes.
That's spice bag and his stomach. We got this.
What?
Does he spit out coins every time you hit him?
It's Mario.
Dane, you think you're like, oh, cave troll.
Oh, it's a cave troll. That explains everything.
Oh my god. We could
Okay.
Yeah, they speak
we
coins.
could
Didn't
stop
you know
right
that?
now, and if you can do this on command, you can have all the goat you want.
So he gets up and he
just
takes
paid for the
he
goat.
has 4s.
Did Baylor get a
also.
little +1 above his head? Just
Right, yeah,
Thank God I got that
Dun,
helmet.
dun, 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 dun.
yeah, and Baylor, he's gonna go straight towards you again. He gets up and he starts to get up, and then he like dives forward and basically starts rolling at you, and it looks a lot like the boulder from Indiana Jones coming towards you. And you
Does he have to
take
roll to hit? Hopefully.
4 points of damage.
Maybe not.
So he hits.
And-
No, I guess not.
And
Fuck,
you
all right.
are
Three
this is
points.
bludgeoning damage, and you are knocked down.
Okay, it's fine. Oh, that's the best you got.
So
you little
yeah, he's
bitch.
rolled past you basically, and he kind of uncurls, and he's standing next to you and Corinne by the front of the barn. 5s. Who's got 5s? Quiverwing to the rescue.
Lightning.
He's inside the barn, right?
Yep.
Still in the barn with
Yeah.
You're not coming to the barn?
First thing I do is yell, "Get him outside of the barn!"
Sure. I'll just,
The second thing I'll do is whack him with my stick, and then run out of the barn.
Okay.
My staff has an extended reach, right?
I don't really know, but we'll say for this, you can kind of reach in there and whack him off.
I will whack him off. I rolled a 6, so that'll hit.
All right.
It does, as I understand it, a D8. It does have a range of 2, just so you know.
Okay.
As I wrote it down on the character sheet, it does anyway. D8 of damage. 8 points
All right.
to his
That's
whatever. And then I run out of the barn, following my own advice.
Ow! Who did that?
DuckTales. DuckTales.
Was I in the terror that flaps in the night?
Yeah, the terror that flaps in the night.
So who's got 6?
That would be me.
Corgan, or you're up in the hayloft.
So tell me what's up there.
A lot of hay. And
Lot of hay
I'll
and
say
chickens?
I'll say a pitchfork.
ooh.
Pitchfork. Oh, that. And from my vantage point, can I jump down on top of our friend?
Long jump. I'd make you make an acrobatics roll to do like a flying jump.
Okay, well, I'm gonna grab that pitchfork and see if it helps me as I jump down on top of our friend's head.
Are you gonna do it like a pole vault kind of thing? A halfling pole vault with the
Or like a Hunter
No.
300. It's my spear, my trident thing. It's an Aquaman thing.
Yeah, lead with the pointy
Yeah, I'll
end.
do the ridiculous trident. It's gonna be more like I'm on the hayloft, and I'm just gonna jump down on top of his head.
Okay. All right.
So let me roll an acrobat.
Yeah, make another acrobatics roll, and you're still giving out boons there, Malcolm.
Holy shit!
Oh, I forgot about
That I got a 2.
Yeah, because I'm still at
good.
I haven't stopped since last round, so
Okay.
I can't take any other
I
action.
got a 2.
So, Corgan, you made your acrobatic jump.
Yeah.
Now you need to make your attack roll, and this is going to be, if you're using the pitchfork, it's going to be you're going to roll spears.
All right.
Can he roll spears at a boon if he doesn't have it? Well, I guess he does.
Yeah. If he doesn't have it, it's still like
Still a
bad
5
roll.
or something. Yeah, whatever.
I rolled a 10.
And
you
what's
have
your
spears
spears at?
Spears at 14.
Oh, excellent. All right, so you're gonna do 2d6 damage plus your strength damage bonus.
That's a total of 9.
9, excellent.
We did some damage this thing.
Where do you guys keep coming from?
Outside.
We're gonna fill your holes.
Outside.
Yeah, outside.
All right, so 9. Who's got 9?
Is that the one I switch with?
I think
I
so.
have 9. Yes, that's me.
Well, then I guess I have 10.
Yeah,
All right,
10.
yeah.
Yeah, I have 10. Okay.
All right, Kryn.
Okay, so I'm assuming I have to maintain, or can I? Yeah, I'll just continue to, because I
Inspire the troops.
and continue to inspire the troops. Do I need to make a roll in the roll for that, or
Yeah, I guess so.
just that'll make it easily, and I'll just spend more willpower points.
Yeah, and you are within 2 meters of this creature now, and just be aware that if you try to move away, that it'll get a free attack on you.
I'm fucked.
No,
But-
it's Baylor more. Yeah, you've just been singing songs. Baylor actually caused him pain.
Yeah, I mean, I just been singing them songs. What's your name?
So he should be at the door though, the troll.
So I'll
'Cause I
switch.
was-
He's near the door, but basically
How far is near?
Didn't you see that
2
Sesame
foot,
Street?
A meter.
like 4 meters.
Jesus, watch it. It's like 10 feet.
Because Quiverwing came in.
From the
And-
door, but I was singing at the door. It's got to be able to further. Oh, am I further in? Oh shit!
Yeah, you're slightly
Yeah, I
further.
came in and
All right, I guess I'll switch songs to Dame Wilhelmina and the Winter Hall.
So Dane, what are you doing?
So now that I know that it's a cave troll, anything specific about cave trolls? Like they love things, they hate things.
They eat gold.
Okay, they love to eat gold. Is that it?
Yeah.
And I saw how fast this thing rolled.
Yeah.
Do I think I could outrun it?
You probably not.
just getting out the door though.
Right. So I'll back up as far as I can with my move and still see it, and then open my jacket. Look here! Look here!
He's flashing him.
No, he has that. He has that.
I have golden chainmail.
His chainmail's golden.
That's good.
I like my way better.
I like your
It'd
way.
be good if he's faster.
Well, that's why I moved. I was already outside, and then I moved as far as I could in my move, with him still seeing me. That's why. So I pretty much have a good start.
Let me see if I can drop this lyre and pick up a bow. God.
All right. Interesting. All right. So I guess we're gonna. That's gonna be your move.
Well, I'll double move.
Okay.
Can I do that?
Yeah. It doesn't really. Oh, dash. Double.
Dash
Yeah.
doubles your movement rate in one round.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll call my attention and dash. Does he notice?
Yeah. I'll say he. You call out. It's like and he's kind of still rubbing the dirt out of his eyes. And he just kind of like cocks his head a little bit when you kind of call out.
Okay.
Gold. De oro.
And what's your movement?
70,000.
My movement is 12.
Okay.
Rat-tat Trolley is going to throw a spice bag at you.
We're going to go with Sean first. First pull, you get 6. Second pull will be Quiverwing for a 9. Corgan for a 5. And Corgan, just for cinematic sake, are you like on top of him still? Or did you go down to the ground?
I like to think like it pierced and it's stuck in his head, and Corkin's holding on for dear life.
Okay.
That's
So
perfect.
it's like, you know,
I like that. It's very Lord of the Rings.
I like it.
best laid
like it.
plans.
Corinne, you get a 4. Siggy, you get a 3. Dane, you get a 2.
That's good.
And the troll has 1 and 10.
Well, fuck.
All right, unmute there, Corgan, because you're getting attacked.
But he's on his head.
I thought for sure, man, it would be Baylor.
Let's see if there's a difference. between-
some aspirin.
I thought maybe he would come after the golden chainmail. We'll see.
He might. He might.
There's a pitchfork in his head with a halfling attached to it.
Corgan, remember, you are a halfling. If you choose to evade, you spend 3 willpower points, and we get a boon on that evasion roll.
So he basically grabs you and tries to headbutt you. Do
never
you
mind.
have a
It's
helmet?
monster. Never mind, it's a monster. You're doomed.
But and you can't try to evade. So he's trying to grab
Yeah,
you.
I
And
forgot.
his plan is to headbutt you, but you can roll to evade. And like Malcolm said, if you miss your first evade, you can spend willpower points and roll another one.
Oh, definitely want to try to evade, but however, from his position, evade is like jumping off of a
Well, he's
Pretty
trying to grab you. So you're evading his huge.
He's trying to grab so he can just like smack you in his head like an egg.
Yeah.
Now I'm still holding the pitchfork, so I'd like to. I like to do the.
You wait,
What did
dude.
you say earlier?
Evade.
Half core. what are you talking about? Because you're going to hold onto a solitary object while trying to dodge, and
Well,
Try-
what I mean is
try-
like,
trident?
not a javelin. I'm going to use
Pitchfork.
the
Pole vault.
pitchfork.
farmer's
Pole vault,
trident.
Thank you. I'm going to use that to give me some a little bit of leverage
you're
on
gonna-
evading.
Okay.
Would you allow that? Would
Yeah.
you give me a boon for having some sort of like?
Yeah, I'll get you a boon for that.
That's 2 boons, buddy. Well, a boon on the first roll.
All right.
And you spin the willpower
Hold
points.
on.
Another boon.
I'm sorry. I'm staring at the dice because I rolled a 4 and I don't think it's fair. I'm rolling again. It was like this luck thing.
What?
Okay.
Why is it not fair?
Because who was it? I think it was Tears. Like, we know you're lying on all your rolls.
Come on.
Roll the 4. You take the 4.
Yeah, take the 4.
I'm taking the 4. Okay, I rolled a 4.
I'm doing too well in this fight. I must injure myself.
But basically, yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, yeah,
Okay.
I'm being
So-
modest.
You're using to kind of pole vault and like flip someplace else. Is that in your?
Yeah, I do a Donatello with the like it's the basically. Yeah, I'm using it to launch myself away from the creature.
Okay.
Like out the gate.
And
out of his
which
foot-
are
out
you
of his
going?
range.
Are you going somewhere else in the barn, or are you trying to go out the front door?
For expediency's sake, I'm trying to go out the front door.
Okay. All right. So yeah, you land and roll out the front door with style. You know, dust flies up, gravel kind of goes everywhere as you kind of come down to like a 3-point superhero landing.
You go, Dusty Widow.
Yeah. All right. And who's
Where's
got,
my drink?
2? Dane?
I have 2.
Are you keeping 2 or are you going to switch with somebody?
Somebody else need to go first?
10.
Anybody
He goes
want to
again at
go
10.
Early?
He goes again at 9, I think, or 10, right? So he goes again at 10. So we're all before him pretty much.
All right.
I think you need to run.
Yeah, I'll back up my full move and shoot an arrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because he hasn't advanced that far towards me. Actually, at all. So, yeah. All right, I'll advance my full move, shoot an arrow. Do I get a bane on this because of your song?
A boon?
A boon.
A boon.
Yeah.
A boon on it, yes.
She's not that bad of a singer.
Yeah, she's singing that song, Fuck Bane.
Wow, I hit it just on the nose. 16.
See, you just made it.
Yeah, the other one was an 18, so...
Yeah, we just sucked on that one.
All right, and damage is 7 points.
Yeah, you get him like right in the stomach.
You bastard. I thought we had a deal.
You're trying to eat him. Well, he didn't actually run. That's true. You might have had a deal. You just fucked that up.
That's before you decided to keep eating the four farmers' animals.
They're just sitting there.
Who's got 3?
I've
Is that
got 3.
Siggy?
Yep.
Yeah.
So I will fire me bow again.
It's a boon.
Boon. So that's a 5 and 14 both hit. So 5.
All right.
That's damage.
You might want to think about taking a bane on it.
Taking a bane on it? Mm-hmm. I mean, both rolls.
I know, but next time, because I'm giving you a boon, you take a bane, just your standard roll, and try and see if you can get through his armor. You don't know how much of his damage is getting through this. This is a cave troll with rocky dexterity.
That is true.
I'm just,
Well, let's see what the dice tell us. 12 damage. Does he appear significantly wounded?
He's got a bunch of arrows and a pitchfork sticking out of his head, so he's not looking like pretty.
not that he was the bill of the ball before this thing started. I mean, this is MMBART McCormick here.
And Corinne, I believe you're 4?
Yes. I will make a performance roll to maintain. And my 8 will maintain my performance to continue to give my party a boon as I switch to Sap Sorrow of 1,000 Furs.
All right.
Oh, it's about a widowed king who has 3 daughters, and 2 of them are ugly and are bad as they can be, and then like the third daughter is like really sweet, and her name's Sap Sorrow, and she's beautiful, and her sisters are not, and this whole entire weird incest marrying thing. Anyway, you just watch a storyteller like Jim Henson and you'll get it. Okay.
Corgan.
Just took all this effort getting out of here.
I'm sorry. That was you did evade. I'm sorry. You did evade.
So you don't have action.
So he doesn't have action.
That is your turn. I'm sorry. I misled you. That was my bad. Bad GM. Quiverwing.
All right, so
Fire up the Tesla.
I haven't gotten him outside yet, right?
Nope.
All right, well then I am gonna pour everything into an internal attack.
The Tesla cannon?
Even though I'll do.
Use the Tesla cannon!
Do I still have a boon?
Yes, but he's not sleepy at all.
I will hit.
Yay!
I rolled a 16 and a 15, but I have a skill at 18, so.
Bolts of lightning. Very, very frightening.
Galileo.
Galileo.
Does he evade? Is there anyone within 2 meters of him?
Oh, yeah.
Well, he did run. Did move. And oh, shit.
I tried to get him outside.
I know.
Yeah, both Baylor and Corinne are within 2 meters of him.
And what about that pig?
I go on 9, so I'm going to do something.
There was a pig and there was a goat. And we were
yeah, that's true. It is a random target for the second hit.
The pigs are actually further away.
Blue focus.
And yeah, he is not going to evade.
Okay, well, he right off the bat.
Get some sun in there.
she can do something. She's really weird.
18 points of damage.
Jiminy freaking crickets.
As I bring lightning down inside of the barn and onto him.
Thanks, Elon.
You're welcome.
So yeah, you hit him, and it basically his skin is charred. You basically see like vein lines throughout his skin, and he's like stumbles back, but he's still like barely up on his feet.
He drop his spice bag.
No.
So who's about to take 8 points?
So I guess I gotta roll randomly, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's within the 2 meters?
Baylor and Corinne. So I'm gonna do 1 to 3 Baylor, 4 to 6
Hopefully it's
Corinne.
Baylor. Because Baylor.
Or the goat.
Ooh.
Corinne.
He had the goat.
Well, with my 1 leather, I take exactly my entire hit points in that thing, and I'm down.
Okay. Well, it's good because I can help with that.
Because you got her there. Yeah.
Quiverwing, why don't you describe your call
Amazing lightning bolt.
It's a gestural thing. So all he does is he creates lightning and then casts it down on him.
As a crackle of thunder, and the lightning bolt straight from the Tesla ceiling fires through the barn, right through the little window, striking the troll as he spins around, his skin crisping. A flash arcs off of him, striking the corn and pale, and glistening and almost,
To be fair, she's not pale anymore.
No, she's not.
No.
But she's definitely glowing.
the hair like
There's a
this.
glow.
If she saw someone walking by with hair like that, she'd call the police.
I'll begin making my way toward. Well, is he dead? The troll?
No, he's stumbling. He's looking.
No, just your friend. I mean, your
He's looking
acquaintance.
like barely with it. You did a number on him.
Okay. So I'm going to head toward Corinne.
Just remember, hold on. You don't want to close with this guy, and you can always just try and rally me at 0 hit points to just come back and fight again.
Baylor.
Baylor will. I have a very horrible healing, so I'm not going to heal him because I'll probably kill him. All right, so I get up and I will take a swing at him. You know what?
I get knocked down, but I get up again.
Can I grab a piece of burning wood and hit him with it?
Never got to look now.
Sure.
That's what I'll do.
Okay.
Burning fire.
So that's an automatic
Yeah, I
hit.
hit good, and that does 2d6. You said
Yeah, so automatic hit.
2d6
requires 1 free hand, 2d6 fire damage, plus your damage, your physical strength.
If only
damage
we
bonus.
had a sun
7
sword.
total because I don't have a.
Okay.
Adia! Hookla!
And I go. This is my special delivery for you, and I shove it right up his ass.
It's a troll ass. Is that explosive because of the farting? I mean, he is McFarty. I mean, McFarty.
Turns him into a flamethrower, frankly.
His anus doesn't have an armor rating.
And he screams like,
I was eating
I will undone.
Oh, I killed him with the anal shot? Yes. Oh, look at upon ye mighty in despair. This has been slain.
Baylor, the anal feller.
I'm so glad I died before seeing this.
is it a fella or for later?
I'm going to run over and give Corinne medicine.
Yeah, somebody help Corinne. Corinne is down.
I grabbed the spice bag.
And by the way, I'm
Damn it!
disemboweling the troll to get the rest of the gold out. I picked up that one piece off the ground.
Yeah, that's true. We actually do need to
Okay.
cut out that guy.
If I get bandages, I make that at a boon.
Oh, roll a d20. Roll another d20 for me, Baylor.
Oh,
All right.
Let's see if you hit the
11.
explosive bomb sack.
Yeah, embers fly everywhere, but none of them actually catch fire.
Okay, good.
Yeah, you flip him over and start cutting out his stomach. Is that what you do?
Oh, hell yeah.
It's like going to work. You cut him open and you find 7 more gold pieces.
Holy shit. All right, good.
All right, bandages give you a boon, right, on the roll?
No, it removes the bane.
Okay.
Removes the bane on the
Yep.
healing roll.
My healing is horrible.
I guess I should.
That's why I'm not
I
going
guess
to.
I should re-roll that, and then
Yes, just,
I rolled it at a boon.
Yeah, so just make a healing roll.
On the money, 12.
Okay, then roll 1d6 and determine how many hit points I get back.
Okay. 1.
That's one more than I had.
And you can stand up.
You're 1/7 the way there.
All right, now say. So you get up and dust yourself off, Corinne. You see Baylor is like digging through the guts of this cave troll. It's like, oh, here's another one. Here's another one. And the peasants kind of
talk about this?
come closer, and it's like, oh, thank goodness you killed it. Are you all right?
No. No, I'm not all right.
It's like, he looks
That's
at
my
his-
spleen.
When you say something, he looks at you. He goes, "Whoa, whoa!"
I haven't seen my hair yet, so I'm just like thinking it's fine. Even like, we're not fine. We're out of good wine because that one was used drunk by a troll. There's
No,
nothing to eat.
I ordered the bad one.
Oh, good
Bad one, yeah.
We're still out of good wine because we don't have it here.
Was there a bounty on this troll's head by any chance?
Yes.
I grab the goat and say, we take this as payment.
I go Skippy. No.
You got the spices.
Did you get the spice bag?
I got the spices. That's why I want the
But
goat.
Barb, we gotta go. This goat is fine. You know what they say in Saddlewood? You can't find good goat unless you've killed a mountain cave troll in a barn. Because Saddlewood remembers. All right,
That's some good cave troll barn goat.
yes. Oh, and that pig. All right, we're good.
I forget things all the time. And I have no idea what's going on here.
Oh,
And I don't know if it's my fault or yours.
So Milfador had a barn, E-I-E-I-O. He apparently had a troll on his farm and ate all his goats. E-I-E-O. That's all we
Ate
got.
one goat.
3 goats.
Yeah, he ate 3 goats.
Hey, 3 goats.
Is spice bag? Is that
Pay no
being
attention to the bag.
drugs? Is that what that is? Like,
No, it's a ball sack. Yes, it's spice. Just go.
okay.
Can we talk to the town? I don't know, mayor? What do you have here? Constable,
We don't really have
there's
a
the-
mayor.
There's the captain of the guard.
Captain Big Dick.
Collective.
Something? I mean, it's
Yeah,
good to be bigger than
he was roused. He shows up about a minute later. He was roused.
Typical cops.
we almost pay taxes. Mayor.
It's actually a
Almost.
sheriff. It's sheriff.
Big difference.
No one has still shown
big
her a mirror.
difference.
She has no idea how shitty she looks, but she's assuming she looks fine.
I need to cleanse my hands.
He has spectacles with the mirrors on the inside.
Bill, you also have a bit of troll spits all over.
No.
I mean, it's your whole head.
Can you?
need to go
Yeah, it's
clean
just
myself.
keep wiping. You just
It's actually gotten the soot off of you.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna have
you
to
look
clean
sootless.
all this off of me and resoot myself now. You know how many months that takes to get that essence back? I'll be in the forge for weeks.
making armor for people you know.
Yes,
That's great.
of course.
Quivering.
Yep.
I just want to say one thing to you. Thank you.
Nicely
Sorry.
done. Nicely done, Doc.
I do feel really bad about it,
About what?
killing you.
I was dead?
Yeah.
Ixnay, ixnay. Yeah, shaking my head in the background.
Wait. What do you mean I was dead?
I feel bad about killing you, but I also feel really bad about what happened to your hair.
I would have survived. I would have survived.
Before the scene is totally interrupted,
Yes.
Yep.
is there a way to see how the troll got in? Like, it obviously climbed over the palisade, or if there might be some other way it got in.
I checked around the back of the barn. There was no evidence, no hole in the wall in evidence.
Was evil afoot? I mean, more evil than just Nightkin, branding issues?
Well, if it climbed over, then obviously we know how it did. But if it found another way in to this town, nobody might be safe.
You probably have to check in the morning.
Okay, we'll check in the morning.
Okay, I'm gonna
We have
go
to do
take,
everything for these
We
people.
can have the captain of the guard do that.
They have had enough of
If he wakes up.
my appearance among them. They don't need anything else.
Yeah, so Captain Hardy does come over, and like as you're like walking back to the inn, he'll kind of get your assessment of what happened, and he assures you that he'll look into it. This happens occasionally. Trolls run out of food, and they will decide that what you have is theirs.
From whence typically do the trolls come?
Well, they're mostly solitary creatures, so I mean sometimes you'll see a pair of them
From the northwest, from the east, from the south.
from the other north.
all over. I mean this is a wild area, so it could have been. I mean, did you ask it?
No, MMBART McCormick didn't give us much on that.
It might have had an answer for you if you'd asked it where it came from, but
Do your men perform a watch?
Let's check and see if he has a wallet on him. Oh, look. A clue to where he came from.
well, I mean the watch is
East
what.
Rutherford.
He's not from Reading.
Joey's the name of the troll.
Thank you for your service to the town. I'm sure everyone, especially the farmer, really appreciates what you did.
Milfador should be very grateful.
We're sorry we cannot save any of his goats.
Yes.
I'm so sorry, Milfador. Shut up, goat.
There you go. Shut up, pig.
Shut up, you strange pig.
It's got a fake pig nose on it.
Right. Who's up for mutton? I'm starving.
He just is mostly just impaled by little tiny pricks, stabbed, and then lightning bolted. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just,
It's fine. I'm okay. I'm okay with not being chomped down by a troll.
Little Tiny Pricks is the story of my life. So.
I was talking about the arrows, but you can take what you want.
Right.
And scene. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Good night,
Subscribe.
everybody.
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. Can't take any other
I
action.
got a 2. Oh,
Awesome.
where does balloons come from? That was amazing. How did that happen?
Yeah.
Did anybody see
What
that?
was that? Yes.
I did
What
not.
was that?
What?
Balloons.
Missed it.
I looked down for
Yeah,
a
who
second.
did
I missed the balloon.
Yeah, a bunch of balloons.
Did I do that?
Like Kubo's video. Yeah.
Yeah, you did that.
Oh,
Yeah, you
look
did
at that.
Oh,
Oh, what the fuck?
wow. That's
Everybody do this.
I don't think it's gonna work for all of us.
Yeah, I think
No,
it's
it's working for you though.
Just for you.
Is
Just for you.
it like a
What?
apple?
Wow.
Somebody's doing that, right?
Finally, after all these
Am I-
years, you discovered your magical talent.
Yes. Video balloons.
Do it again. Do it again.
It's working.
What the
Wait,
heck?
is it really?
That's you. That's all you.
It's literally only
just you. Only you.
Go ahead, Tim. Tim's got the power. Let's see. Does he?
No, I don't. No.
Is this it? Wait.
That's
Kubo is
something I
basically a
just-
3-year-old. Good job.
Yeah.
And go ahead and
Tony can make you happy using just
oh my
these
God.
fingers.
What did you just do?
He made glitter rain down.
Confetti. The rest of us call it
Confetti,
confetti.
whatever.
Confetti. It's not glitter.
I've known too many strippers.
Yes, you have.
Do this.
Middle finger.
No, just the thumb.
Do the middle finger.
top.
Shoot it.
Okay, this is all fascinating. Jesus Christ. This is all fascinating, but
I
Let's have some sort of like
completely
webcam.
derailed the game with Kubo's
So in your
gestures.
Meanwhile, back in perilous combat,
perilous combat.
are you using the pitchfork to jump and kill this guy?
There's our Patreon content, folks. There you go.
That's all we got.
All right, you want to do advancement rolls? You guys have time
Yes,
for
do
that?
advancement rolls.
I need to advance.
All right.
So go down the list,
All right,
Nathan.
so no dragons or demons this time.
No.
Nope. No.
So did you participate in the game session?
Yeah.
Technically, yes.
Did you explore a new location?
Yes.
Well,
Barn. Yes,
yes, Milfador's barn.
Milfador's barn. Yeah.
Did you defeat one or more dangerous adversaries?
Yes.
Yes.
Did you overcome an obstacle without using force? No.
We tried.
Well, yeah, we kind of did. We
tried.
tried. We tried.
You're
GM wouldn't let us.
Not really.
No,
Not really.
You
But
guys were fine, but
GM was not with us.
somebody didn't finish their de-escalation training. But
Well, I was kind of hoping to have a little more potent poison, but not quite. So.
Baylor is like
no, it's the Baylor non-discus.
Baylor's not going to put up some foul troll not listening to him. It's just not his ego.
Did you give in to your weakness?
Yeah,
Yeah,
fuck
fuck
yeah,
yeah,
I
I did. I
didn't want to do
goaded the
that.
troll.
I actually didn't tonight.
I did.
Yeah. So, and I will say for poisons, it's potency versus what is it, NPC or monster versus their hit points.
Oh.
So basically, there's
Is it?
yeah.
Are you sure it's not versus their con?
Well, they don't have a con.
Oh yeah, I guess it would be their points then. Yeah, sucks to be a.
Yeah. So a big troll is almost never gonna. Yeah. Anyway. All right. So who wants to roll first?
I'll go.
All right. Tier.
Good.
All right, I got 3. I'm going to roll for acrobatics. I have an 8. And I rolled an 18. So that goes up. I'm going to roll for sneaking. I have an 8. And I rolled a 19.
There you go.
So that goes up. And then I am going to try for bows. I have a 16. And I rolled a 19.
Wow.
Awesome.
You got this
3 up and 3 down.
Chris.
Okay, I will start with evade. Which I
Okay.
have it at a 13. And I got a 16. And next up is going to be sneaking. It's a 16. And I got an 18.
Oh, all right.
And lastly, it will be knives at 15. And I got a 16.
Wow.
Wow.
It's
for
been
3.
good. So yeah, it makes up for the last.
That's really
fucking-
nice.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year.
Last one. Well, I got one more.
Oh, yeah,
I had 4 check marks. Last one, I'm just going to do swords at an 8. And I got a 1. So there's that.
Up there you go.
It's the lowest one.
Corinne.
Okay, I get 4. I'll go with evade first at a 16. I roll an 8, so no. Then it'll be awareness at a 7. I roll a 9, so that'll go up.
Woo.
Yes.
Can I ask a style question? When you ask the questions at the end for your advancement rolls, I mean, Dane and Corinne really tried to go with the non-violent answer, but
Overcome.
fucked them.
Overcome.
We didn't overcome him. Yeah.
so they
You
didn't
have to-
actually overcome. Okay,
We,
all right,
yeah,
all right,
we didn't
fair enough,
actually.
fair
Yeah,
enough.
yeah.
It's
All right,
not
just-
an attempt.
that makes
it was
sense.
A, it was
But
a
you
good
gotta
attempt,
look at
and
it, probably
then
the same
it's possible they could have gone that way, but it didn't happen. So
Well, either
Yeah.
way, we would have gotten
Okay.
a point. We beat the guy.
yeah, right. Yeah.
So it doesn't matter.
Okay, I have an evade of 16. Rolled a 9, so no. And I'll try, I guess, performance is 16. No, maybe I should go with sneaking at 12. Sneaking at 12. And a 7. So nothing went up. Okay, we're good.
One thing went up.
Yeah, you had one thing.
Oh, one thing up, yeah. Awareness.
yeah.
I'm aware that we're in danger.
Tony.
You do nothing.
I'm gonna try and go for sneaking, which is now at the base. So that's mine would be 14, and I just rolled an 11, so that's no, right?
Yep, that's a no. You
That's
got to
a
roll
no.
above it.
Above it. Awareness is at 8,
Good idea.
and I get a 20.
Woo!
Yay, it goes up.
Nat 20.
There you go.
Yeah, I'll take that. And my last one is virginity. No, wait, never mind. Bushcraft of 5. And I roll a 12.
Hey,
Goes
all
up.
right.
Good.
All right, so that's me.
10.
All right. The first one will be sleight of hand. I rolled a 3. I did not succeed. The next one will be persuasion, which I was wishing I had tonight. I rolled an 18, so that one goes up. The next one will be myths and legends. 19.
Good.
No, it's an 18. Sorry, it still goes up. And the last one is swimming, because I feel honor bound to learn how to swim.
Yeah, that sense.
All right, I rolled a 13. I have it at 11, so that one goes up too.
Cool. Last
That's
month.
a nice happy.
That's me.
Did we make
The
a
link?
Sorry, do we make a link? Yeah.
I'll do that while Sean rolls.
All right, so
Sure.
yes, first I'll do evade, which I have at a 6. I'm going to try and get it up. Now roll 12, so evade goes up to 7. All right, next I'm going to work on my, what the hell is it? Barter? Yeah, bartering, which is at a 4. I'm going to move it up to, oh God, roll a dragon, demon, 20, but still goes up. It's good.
Yeah.
So my bartering goes up to 5. So figure I could be good at bartering. Next will be sleight of, no. Spot hidden, which is a 13. I'm going to try and raise it up, and I roll a 6. It fails. Last one will be awareness, which is at 6. I'm going to try and move that, and that gives a 12, so it goes up. So I got 3 out of 4, which is good. It's much better than I was last year. So it goes up to 7, and I am done.
All right.
Cool.
Oh, should I stop the recording now?
And now the separate. One thing I do want to say is what I tried to do to Tony would have been fun. It's called Gobble. The cave troll opens its mouth and bites an enemy, inflicting 2d8 piercing damage. The victim is then stuck in its maw and must make a strength roll as an action each round to break free. On failure, the victim suffers an additional 2d8.
Oh my
that's it.
Oh,
God.
Jesus.
Jeez.
So they must attempt to escape.
Yeah.
Or they're eating.
Or they're eating. Nice.
Wow.
Hi, this is Matt, the co-host of the Advanced Age Role-Playing Gamers podcast, and you've been listening to our latest actual play, Mirth, Magic, and Mayhem, using the Dragonbane TTRPG from Free League Publishing, based on the classic Swedish role-playing game Drakar Demoner. If you like what you hear, please follow, like, and subscribe to our YouTube channel and anywhere else you find podcasts. We also really appreciate feedback and chatting with folks, so feel free to tweet us, comment on our YouTube, or leave us a review so we can reach even more people. You can also visit our website at www.theaarpgs.com, where you can read more about the cast, listen to old episodes, and even shop our store for cool Geek Chic merchandise. This story features Malcolm and Nathan as co-GMs. Malcolm will also be playing the role of Karin, a halfling bard. Nathan will be playing the role of Brains, a wolfkin thief. Our players for this story are Tyr as Dane Ringson, a human scholar. Sean as Baelor Banefire, a dwarven smith. Chris as Sigyn, an elven huntress. Anthony as Corrigan Stonehammer, a halfling fighter. And Tim as Quiverring, the Mallard Mage. Character artwork created by Nemesis to Anthony Cupo and friend of the show, Jody P. Schaefer, whose work you may recognize from Metacopolis, Marikari, Megas XLR, and MTV's Downtown. Contact him when the time is right. You'll know how and when. Music licensed through Dark Fantasy Studios and SoundCube. Sound effects by Nathan, using Kronos Weaponizer, Studio, and Dehumanizer, using libraries from Boom Library, SoundCube, Kronos, and his own recordings. So thank you again for taking time to sit down with us at our gaming table. And until next time, remember, you're never too old to roll.